Hello and welcome to St Matthew's in Kingsdown in Bristol's Midweek Thought. And I'm the Reverend Richard Pendlebury, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm the Associate Minister at St Matt's. A few weeks back I was talking to a good friend of mine. His name's Alex, and Alex has been a missionary in Peru. He's a great friend of mine, and I've always admired him, and I always listen to his biblical wisdom because I know very few people who know more about the Bible. He lectures in biblical studies and he's been helping pastors in Peru. He's quite an amazing guy. And he's just retired, and we were chatting about retirement and a bit about the state of the world. And I think I said, well, my default is being a bit grumpy. And Alex said, yeah, I can understand that. He said, I try to live each day with the joy of the Lord, and it kind of took me back a bit. I thought, yeah, actually, that's, as a Christian and as a minister, that's in some ways what I'm required to do, live in the joy of the Lord. I think so often it's quite easy to be grumpy, and in this country we've had programs about grumpy old men, and I think when one reaches a certain age, one does perhaps get a bit grumpy. Things aren't like they used to be. Maybe it's a generational thing. Yes, there are things that aren't very good, but on the whole, this country is a far cry from some of the countries where some of the people I work with from refugees and asylum seekers, their countries are absolutely terrible. In a shocking place, either through oppression or because the corruption, the system has completely fallen apart. And it got me thinking about this joy of the Lord, and I did a bit of research on the internet, and depending which Bible you read, which version, there are somewhere between 155 and 250 verses with joy in the Bible, and I thought I'd just share one or two with you. And I think, just trying to think what versions these are from, but Romans 15:13, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Spirit you may abound in hope. That's a great verse, isn't it? It's all about hope. The joy is not a just fleeting happiness, it's the joy of hope. And it's a peace which Jesus brings us, and that's something we can hang on to. Another one, this is really about trials. You know, when things go wrong, count it all joy when you meet trials of various kinds. That's James 1 verses 2. And then we've got another one. A proverb, actually, Proverbs 17:22. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. What a great proverb that is. A joyful heart is good medicine. It's good medicine for us, but it's also good medicine for other people. To have a sense of joy in your life actually spreads. But actually, if you're feeling down and crushed, and don't get me wrong, that does happen. People do feel that. Things do go wrong. But I think the crushed spirit is more about bitterness. It dries the bones. There's something about being bitter. And then, of course, the final one I'm going to share this morning is the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. That's quite a good yardstick, isn't it? If we are living our life with the fruit of the Spirit, love, we're showing joy, optimism, hope, peace, peace within ourselves, bringing peace to others, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. And that shows the working of the Holy Spirit in us. And I think it does also say that actually in our own strength it's probably quite difficult to be full of joy, but with God's Holy Spirit we can have that sense of joy and hope in our lives. So a big lesson for the grumpy old Pendlebury here, and I hope that's helpful to you as you go about your daily walk with God. And I hope you have a good rest of the week. God bless. Bye.